we have studied users, groups, Azure AD unit. We have demoed creating users, the user types. We have created a group and added a user into it as assigned. And we have created an administrative unit and added a user into it. So as promised, we will be creating dynamic groups. As a quick refresher, so dynamic group can be a dynamic user group or a dynamic device group. We have also missed creating a guest user, so we will be doing that in this video. Right, so in the dynamic group, we will need a AD premium license. So I've been looking around the Azure portal and I've seen that there's a free trial that we can use in order for us to create a dynamic group. So let's get into that. Right, now here we are in our Azure AD portal. On your left pane of options, go to licenses, and then you will see an option here saying all products. Now on the top corner of the blade, you're gonna see a try/buy button. Just click on that and there you go. So Microsoft is offering us 2 licenses to try. So we will need this Azure AD Premium P2. So I'm just gonna activate that. It will actually give us 100 licenses and will be active for 30 days. Don't worry, it won't renew automatically. If it won't charge your credit card or debit card, it will actually prompt you if you want a paid version. You will need to buy it like separately. The free trial won't renew due to a paid version. So just go on and activate that. Right, so that's now successfully activated. Okay, now that we have our Azure Directory Premium P2 licenses, we can now go on and create our dynamic group. There's no need to assign it to any user, as it will automatically activate all these features that we need. Now let's go back to our Active Directory portal. Okay, click on the new group to create a new group. Now name it as London Office Group. And this will be group for users in London. Now on the membership type, let's select dynamic user because this will be a container for users. If you're gonna put devices on it, select dynamic device. But for this demo, let's select user, dynamic user. And we have to create the dynamic query, the rules for this group in order to for a user to be a member of it. Now on the property, there's a few attributes that you can select. You can also use an extension attribute. This is something that you can set in a local AD. So for this demo, let's use the city attribute. So the operator should be, because we want everyone that have a London city attribute on their user account to be a member of this group. Let's say we can use either equals or contains, but I think equals it's like it has to match exactly in terms of lowercase or uppercase, but contains, I think that would be a bit more like it's a bit more open. if I may say that. So anything that contains London, even if it's like uppercase or first letter L in uppercase, it will still be valid. Now let's save that and create. Okay, so now we have here our London office group. And if we check the members, that's still no members in it. But that's normal on a newly created group. It may take a while for it to check all the user accounts that completes the requirements for this group, and then they add it automatically to this group. Now, while that's loading, let's go to our users. So I've created some few users here. We have this Alessandro user. So if I click on that, I put the city as London here. So that should be set to London. And then on this one, let's set that. So you just edit that. Let's say London City. So London City. So that's a different value, but on our syntax, the operator is contains. So let's see if that gets added. Now save that. And we have this Tony Stark user. I think I'm gonna put a different here. Let's say New York. Save that. Okay. Now let's go back to the group and let's see what happens. Okay, so this is now our London office group, and it has added Alessandro and Christian user. So both of them have London in their city attribute. That's why they get added to this group automatically. You could also see that the add members button and the remove button is grayed out. That means you can't add or remove users in this group manually. It will all be up to the dynamic membership rules. So if you want a user to be added in this group, the user's attributes must meet the rules for this group. So that's with our dynamic user groups. Now let's move on to the other topic. So that's the guest users. Now guest users are fairly easy to create. So just go to the user window, select new user, or as you could see here, new guest user. So that actually invites a user to your tenant. So that user must have a different domain name. So let's say my paul.lucero at task.com. Then you have to put the email address. Oh, that should be the name, sorry. So I have another personal email address. So gmail.com. There you go. So what it does, it will send this email address an invitation email where they can just click and then log in. And that's all. They will be added as a guest user in your tenant. Okay, so that's all with our dynamic groups and guest users. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.